Good afternoon, everyone. Today we are from Group 2. We will do a presentation about speaking skills for young learners. But before that, I want to introduce the member of Group 2. There are Nur Aisyah, Firda Winadianwari, and me, Yan Hartati Gunawan. First, what are speaking skills? Speaking skills are the skills which allow us to communicate effectively. They give us the ability to convey information verbally and in a way that the listener can understand. Speaking is an interactive process where information is shared and acted by the listener if necessary. It is one of the most important parts in language learning because speaking is how we tend to communicate in everyday life. There are four important elements of speaking skills that students need to develop. There are fluency, vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation. Fluency is about how comfortable and confident students are in speaking English. If students can speak for an extended period of time, that is an indicator of strong fluency. It is also about showing a clear connection between each point that students are trying to make. This skill means that the listener can follow what you are saying and do not get lost. Vocabulary. Vocabulary is important because when students do not have the words to say, they cannot speak to say it. Vocabulary development is where students understand the meaning and pronunciations. When the students do not understand what a word means, they can check what the word or sentence means in dictionary. This is so important so they can keep up a conversation. If they understand what the other person is saying and they know what vocabulary to say back, they are halfway there to communicating effectively. Grammar. Grammar helps students to convey information in a way that listener will recognize and understand. And last is pronunciation. Pronunciation is a complex area with a lot of sub skills that can be practiced. The basic rule of thumb is that an average speaker can speak and be understood. A skilled speaker can use the sub skills of pronunciation to emphasize and make the communicative effect to effect of their speech more impactful. The sub skills of pronunciations include word and sentence stress, intonation, rhythm, and the use of individual sounds of language. A good way to practice the pronunciation is to copy. Simply listen to how someone with good pronunciation speaks and then try to imitate them as closely as possible.
My name is Firda Winadianwari, and for this one, I will I will explain about how to teach speaking to young learners, and also we provide some activity that we can use to teach speaking to the young learners. And for how to teach speaking to young learners, it is mentioned by Cameron. She suggests two Gilding's principle in teaching speaking to young learners. So the first one is the meaning must come first. If children do not understand the spoken language, they cannot learn it. And for the second one, the young learner should be involved in a situation where they will practice speaking with real people for real purposes. Teaching speaking to young learners should rely on children's characteristics to make the learning meaningful. And on the okay, so these are some activity that teacher can use in the classroom for the teaching speaking. I only mentioned only four. So the first one is the picture describing. So the student describe the picture by their own words and tell the whole class about the picture. So the purpose of this activity, it can actually fosters the creativity and imagination of the learner as well as their public speaking skill. And then the second one is to find the difference. It means that to find the difference between two pictures. And as described in the slide, the teacher gives students two pictures and students find the difference in the picture. After that, students can say the difference together in the classroom. And then for the third one is the picture sequencing. So for the picture sequencing is that students are asked to tell the story in the right order by paying attention to the picture. Teachers can provide some relevant vocabulary to help the student in arranging their sentence. And the fourth one is that we can use object. It means that we can use object to make a dialogue, a conversation. And in the slide it says, working with dialogue is a useful way to bridge the gap between guided practice and peer activity. Putting students into pairs for doing the dialogue is a simple way to organizing even in the large classes. So we provide some example to dialogues. For the first dialogue is that, what do you have in your bag? So the objects used in this dialogue is the bag. And so B answer, I'm not telling you. Oh, please. Okay, I have a book and a pencil in my bag. And for the second dialogue is, what do you have in your bag? Once again, the object is the bag. I'm not telling you. Then don't. Okay, that's all for me. For the next material will be explained by my friend. Thank you.
Okay, I will continue the presentation. The next is role play. In role play, the students are pretending to be someone else like a customer, teacher, one of their parents, seller, and etc. Example: good morning. Can I help you? Yes, please. I want to buy an ice cream. Here you are. How much is that? $1. Thank you. Goodbye. Goodbye. And then about correction. When pupils are working with control and guided activities, we want them to produce correct language. If they make mistake at this stage, then they should be corrected at once. However, when pupils are working on free oral activities, the correction of the language mistake should not be done because when pupils working on free oral activities, we are trying to get them to say what they want to say, to express themselves and their own personalities. Teacher can take note about what should be corrected and take it up in class later. But if pupil ask the teacher about the pronouns while they are talking, the teacher should answer it. Okay? Do you have any question? You can drop the question on the comment below. Thank you.